your side, right, on your buy-in. So, kinda like what we're doing now, is I tell them kinda what I see, I ask them what they think, and give everybody responsibility in it. So I hold everybody accountable for taking this to the next step.
And I think that you do a really good job of that, instead of just telling everybody what you would have them to do, and realizing that everybody has a degree too.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
making them feel like they're
You have
important.
to build your leaders, and that's what we're doing. We're hopefully, we're building leaders, respecting everybody's, I mean, you're saying exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
Or that's what I want to do. You have to be transparent.
Mhm.
Use that word, that's a good word.
That is a very good word. I like that word.
Trying to think of the new words right now. Transparent, fidelity.
Whenever someone asks me, how is it now, or what is it like with a new principal, and the first thing I've said, and this is honest, is that whenever I look at you, I can see you, and I like that. When I'm talking to you, I know that you're there and you're listening. Whereas with other leadership, it's like when you're talking, they're just telling you exactly what you want to hear.
Well, that's the stuff you write.
Right, and that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, it's transparent, it's there, I know that it's there, and it's real, and I can hold it.
Well, and then you have to monitor.
Okay.
Whatever you want to happen, like with this advisory stuff. If I just say, hey, I'll do this, and then we don't walk around, like right now, I'm trying to come up with a schedule to where the 2 counselors, the 2 APs, myself, and Putnam, we split up, and we're all gonna go around and ask you, do you need us to help you? Do you need us to walk through and help? So if you don't monitor what your vision is, it's not gonna work either. You can say it all day long, you can put it on a piece of paper, you can put it up out on the sign, but if you don't monitor it and hold people accountable for that, nothing's gonna happen. So that's another word you probably need to use, and monitor with fidelity.
Okay.
Fidelity is another one of those new buzzwords,
Okay.
which will make you look really good. Is that good enough for that?
Yes, ma'am, that's perfect.
Okay, another one is an instruction on how you create a climate that's focused on cultivating the educational success of your students. Same sort of thing.
It is.
Creating climate, you wanna make everybody feel, all the stakeholders, first of all, that they are important to the creation of the interventions, the enrichments, things like that. You've gotta make everybody feel that it's their school. You want ownership. I don't want everybody to think, well, it's just my school. I want, just like I told you, I don't know when y'all left, I don't know when I said it was at the beginning or the end, but they're all our kids. And
It was at the beginning.
that's huge. If we all say that 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, the focus kids, they're all our kids, and everybody has that ownership, that's gonna build a positive climate.
Right.
And then also having, an open door to where, and I feel like y'all can do that. I'm hoping that y'all know that you can come in here anytime and, you know, and if you have an out-of-the-box thinking, then I'm gonna say, well, show me what you need. You know, I'm not gonna just say yes or no, but I'm gonna say, show me how it's gonna work, you know, and then I'm gonna tell you to run with it if it makes sense. So those kinds of things is mainly knowing that we're holding everybody accountable, not only the kids. With respect.
Right.
You know, okay. The next one, how do you cultivate your teachers' abilities to serve as instructional
It's the same
experts?
thing.
Um,
Building leaders, you
yeah,
said.
building leaders on our campus, letting them share, like during PLC and faculty meetings, share their, instructional strategies in those type of meetings, and, share it in their leadership meetings and stuff, and then, but yeah, I mean, that's it. You share those strategies, let somebody stand up and share what they do, and then support them. Support, provide resources that they might need. And this is just coming off the top of my head. If I was gonna
Great
sit down and
job.
write a
You're
paper,
doing a
I would
great job.
probably do it a little different. And then D is an instructional leader. How do you serve as instructional resource provider? Okay, same thing. and that's what I'm doing right, I should always be looking, right now, we're doing this LLI, it's a new system for, tier 2 and tier 3 readers.
Mhm.
And it's supposed to, if we get it and we do it correctly, so it's a ratio of 1 to 4, if we do it correctly, those students that are on those tier 2 and tier 3 reading levels, which are really low, they're supposed to be able to come up a whole grade level, a whole reading level in 24, 28 weeks. My job is to constantly learn myself and look for ways that would support what the data's saying. So, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Like, I'm constantly looking for, grants, I'm always looking for ways to find resources. I'm asking for, using our, Partners in Education. I'm, asking for district help, you know, and then actually providing that for the teacher, like, trying to think what else we're doing, so you can give examples, cause it's better to give examples of what we're doing than it is just to say the rote stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to think, right now we're doing that, I've asked in the content specialist meeting this morning, I asked them to come to me with ways that I can support interventions at night on Saturdays. Tell me what you need, I'll find the money. So that's my
So is it
job.
more for like detentions or discipline, or is it more for studies?
Mine would be academics.
Academics, okay.
Academics, yeah. So right now, we're looking at ways to, you know, this morning, we looked at benchmark data, and we're looking to, what are we gonna do between now and March 28th? What do you need from me? I just got another one, this would be a good one to put. We looked at the ESL failure rate today.
Okay.
And I already got a call from Mr. Efes, and he says, hey, if we, cause I asked him, I said, come up with a date to do a family night where we're doing instructional strategies, not just coming up, hey, how you doing, feed them. And he's already working with Shabrera to
That's
find out
what
the date.
SFA does.
Finding out the date, and asked me if I would provide punch and cookies and stuff, and of course, and what else do you need?
Right.
You know, you're doing all kinds of things, you're trying to find.
Would also, one of the things that Mr. Davis were talking about, is looking for money to put in after-school programs for more tutorials?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, doing that too. And the thing is you've gotta, if you're a good, if I'm doing my job, I've gotta be looking at more than just our campus budget.
Okay.
Our campus budget is very, low,
Mm-hmm.
and so also, it's about time to start planning for next year. So I've gotta be smart enough to say, okay, looking at my data this year, who needs more money than the other?
Right.
Fair, what's the word, when you're allocating money for science, social studies, and all these different programs, a lot of instructional leaders will just say, I'm gonna give you 5,000, you 5,000, you 5,000, you 5,000. Well, equity's not always, that's the word, and I can't remember if you say equity's not always equal.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, if science really, or if, let's say, English just bought this big new program, I might not give them
Right.
that same amount.
$5,000.
However, science may get 8,000 because they're trying to do this new program. So knowing how to share that budget fairly,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be the same.
Right.
That's real important. So that's gonna have to come from teachers saying, hey, I need this for next year. Looking at that data, hey, I need this, or, you know, our lowest area might be next year, social studies and science. I'm just making this up as I go.
Right.
Then you just figure out what's gonna get you the biggest bang for your buck. How are you gonna raise those scores?
Got it.
Okay, and then DE is, overall, still 1 to 10, how'd you rate yourself on being an instructor? I don't know yet. Progressing.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say that I'm always going to be progressing, I'll never be at a 10. So I would like to think that I'm doing the best of my ability and always learning.
Good job. And then I have one more question. This is just for me, but do you feel like because they were asking us, like, what do we feel about, you know, the zero tolerance policy and all that? And does it hinder students from growing or whatever? But my own personal old school theory, I have an old soul, I guess, is that if you're allowing students to, like a zap, and continue to make it up over and over and over again, then you're not teaching them deadlines or responsibility or accountability or to get it done on time. And I'm a very black and white person, so either you do it or you don't do it. And these are the guidelines, and if you don't do it, then guess what? This is your outcome, because that's how life works.
Right.
So I feel like whenever you're doing that over and over and over again, you're telling them that it's okay to continue to mess up, because we're going to continue to baby you.
Right. There's two big ways of looking at that.
Okay.
Number one, well, first off, we don't have control over a lot of that.
Right.
So make sure
It's
that you
district-wide.
understand that that's district-wide.
Right.
Now, if I was the person making that rule, two ways of looking at it, and I did this as a teacher, I'm a lot like you when it comes to that. However, this is what you have to ask yourself. Bottom line, you're at the end of the day, your job is to make sure that every student has learned. Okay, I'm ready. I'll be there in just a minute. So you gotta ask yourself, is it more important, especially at junior high, to teach them that, and then they never do it?
Right.
Or is it, you know what, don't do it. You're gonna do it. Eventually, you're going to do it.
Got it.
So it's almost, that's a hard one. I would say, my daughter's very much like you, she's very black and white. I've turned more gray
Okay.
as I've learned,
Okay.
because in my classroom, I did the same thing, and they don't care. So it's my job to make sure that they do it. I can give them a 0, and then they can go, well, that's just gonna close them down more. So there's not gonna be a right answer for that.
Okay.
My opinion is, I don't wanna give a 0 because I'm gonna make you do it.
Got it.
One or the other. And if I make you do it, it's better than you not doing it
at all.
or in here.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I got
you
it.
know, that's,
Yeah. Understand.
I know, I mean, it's extremely
Flat.
hard
Hard.
to, I know.
We have to bend.